Right, we're going to look at sketching some 3D objects here. We want to, first of all, just try using this isometric dot paper. You should have some with you. The idea with this is it's supposed to make it easier to draw things in 3 dimensions. We're first going to draw just a cube. Here's kind of like, here's the instructions. I want you to try those same instructions over here. I mean, I can show you what it's going to look like. Right, I pick, so I make, this is going to be my, challenge on it with a mouse, but there's my front face. The edges. Oops. Let's try that again so that I'm not our other edges. And then we fill it in with our back edges. There's our cube. Okay, so you've drawn a cube. Now, you have to notice a couple things about isometric dot paper. One of the things you should notice is that in this case, the straight edges are on the side, and it kind of zigzags on the top and bottom. Now, that works perfectly fine for this. The other way that it can be is zigzaggy on the sides and straight on the top and bottom. So doing that same cube here is going to look just a little bit different. So it's almost like everything is going to be, if you're doing it this way, it's just a little bit wonky here. So got my front face. Oops. My front face there. Top and sides. So if we're doing it on isometric dot paper that looks like this, everything is just a little bit sideways. Anyways, now, if we have the top, front, and side view, we'll talk about this in a minute, we can figure out what kind of a shape anything will be. Now what this is it's 10 blocks, it tells us that, and basically it's a staircase. I'm going to draw it down here. Alright, so whenever I do this, I'm always going to do the front view first, and realizing if I look at it from the top, it's just going to be here's the top step, second down, third down, fourth down. Looking at it from the side, that left side, I'm going to see it just 4 in a row. Otherwise, here's the front of this step, here's the front of this step, front of this step, and front of this step. So we'll pop it onto the paper here. I'm going to draw my front piece first. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. All right. Down, from the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to be drawing in, first of all, I'm going to do the top of this one, and then I'm going to do the back of this side here. Okay. So top of the top one. Alright, so now I guess I can, fill these in if I want to show that there's blocks at each of these spots. The one goofy thing about drawing on isometric dot paper, of course, is trying to show these front parts of the steps. I still have to draw them in, so it's going to be basically like I've got this diagonal line going down here. If I've drawn this straight enough, it gives me a nice surface going all the way up. Now, if you don't like to go this route, I could also have the whole thing as if it's leaning back just a little bit. So let's see if I can fit this in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. The nice thing about this way is we don't see the back side, but the steps on the front, we can actually see all of them. Okay. Normally we want to make sure that we're going to not go off the dot paper. I've done these. Pretend that connects those two dots. I've done these enough that I can, figure out where they should be. Make sure you're on the dot paper. Either of these two here would be acceptable. And you can see this one is, in a way, it's nicer because you can see each of the steps. This one's kind of nice because it's a little bit easier to draw. So, like I say, each of them is acceptable. All right. And then we've got a couple things for you to look at here. Object is created using 8 blocks, following top, front, and side views. So again, on my isometric dot paper, well, I have something like this for my front, and I'm drawing again 1, 2, 3 up and 3 over, 1, 2, 3 over, 1, 2, 3 down. So my front is going to look something like this, and then top is the same kind of a thing, and coming down the side here like so. Alright, now what we also have to make sure we fill in is the fact that this on the inside is going towards the back. Alright, and you can see, you get the 3D effect, and the isometric dot paper just helps us to get that 3D view a little bit more easily. Right, give it a try on this one here with the domino and then this L-shaped thing. See what you can come up with on these ones. Alright, so pause it and give it a try yourself. Okay, so pause it. Once you unpause it, you can see if you like the answer I'm giving you. So this is the side of the domino that has the 1 on it. Oh goodness. Okay, we'll get rid of that and do it properly. One of the problems you're going to have if you don't do the first set of lines nicely is that everything looks weird. So oh my goodness. Drawing with a mouse is challenging at best of times. Trying to draw nice and straight lines is very challenging. Here's my side of the domino that has 5 on it. And then we've got the back of this thing. Alright, so we've got this going on here. There we go. Oops, not that middle line. And here's my domino. Beautiful. Or not beautiful, but complete anyways. Then we've got this L-shaped thing, so this is my answer for A. It's going to look something like that. For B, I am drawing something like this. There we go. Right, your turn. You are going to grab some of the blocks at the side of the classroom. You have some isometric dot paper. Challenge each other. I want you to make shapes using decently easy shapes to draw. Make shapes using 10 to 15 of those little blocks. And I want you to challenge each other to see if you can sketch them and make sure that they are accurate. Have fun.